My name is Michelle Morand. For over 25 years, I've been helping men and women all around the world to figure out what's causing them stress, what's causing them to feel depressed or anxious, overwhelmed, what's causing them to isolate or to run away from relationships, to avoid intimacy, what's causing them to be in unhealthy relationships, and what's causing them to eat more than they're hungry for, not eat enough to keep them properly nourished, drink too much, use substances in a way that isn't helpful, in a way that undermines their ultimate intention for the next day or the next week or for something else that's important to them. For 25 years, I've been helping people all over the world overcome these kinds of things with a simple strategy that I call 1, 2, 3 living. 1, 2, 3 living is the principle of interdependence in action. It's the concept of, in every action that you take towards yourself or others or the big picture of your community, naturally being able in an instant to consider all of the most important variables, the things that are truly most important to you and anyone else involved, without feeling like you're getting caught up in taking too much responsibility for other people or being selfish or maybe even narcissistic. It's important to your inner peace, to your sense of self-esteem and self-confidence, to your sense of safety being in the world, to your sense of trust in yourself, that you know how to tell when what you're thinking makes sense and when what you're doing is reasonable based on the situation at hand and based on your goals for the big picture. 1, 2, 3 living is a simple 3-step program for figuring all of that stuff out, for training your brain to naturally think in a big picture problem-solving way, rather than how most people's brains are trained to think, which is immediately assume the worst, hunker down, and revert to old coping strategies. I have never been through a global pandemic. Some people have. Some people in my family are old enough to have been through World War II with bombs dropping around them. I haven't, and I'm betting that you probably haven't either. So these are unusual circumstances that we're facing right now. But what I can tell you is that even if in my past, I used to have an eating disorder, I used to eat for stress, I used to feel terrible about my body image, I used to feel ashamed of taking up any space, and I'd never speak up for myself. I used to have a substance abuse problem. I used to have problems with establishing and maintaining healthy relationships. I used to struggle in so many ways. And every time some stressor would hit, whatever progress I made would just go right out the window, and I'd find myself back with that coping strategy. And what I want to tell you is this 1, 2, 3 living method that I've been applying to my life for decades now. This method has made it so that even in these uncertain times, even in these times when it's perfectly appropriate for a human being to feel anxious, to feel this unsettled, restless, can't quite put my finger on it, need to do something but don't know what to do place, it's not occurred to me to revert to any of those old coping strategies. I haven't started eating for comfort again, or using substances, or relying on anger or frustration or impatience to keep people away from me. Not that you guys do any of that stuff, but it's something that I used to do. I guess what I'm wanting to tell you is that if how you're navigating what's happening in the world right now is not making you feel proud of yourself, and I don't mean you have to be killing it. That's Starsky, by the way. I'll introduce you to him later. You don't have to be killing it right now. You just have to not be hurting you. At the very least, let's get you through this pandemic and out the other side, maintaining wherever you were, if not with some improvement or some new sense of how to navigate life so that you can hit the ground running. That's what I want to help you to figure out. And that's what the 1, 2, 3 living program will do for you. So if you'd like to have more confidence in how you're approaching your day-to-day life right now, or how you handle relationships, if you want to have more confidence in your ability to tell what really is your responsibility, what really is appropriate for you to expect of yourself and others to expect of you, I'm here to help you figure it out. I hope that you'll click the subscribe button to watch more videos about all of these topics, and visit me on Facebook so that you can be notified when I'm having some of my free Zoom chats. And if you want to make some comments about some of the topics that you're most interested in hearing about, please just put those comments down below and I'll make sure that I prioritize those topics in my videos. Take good care.